Hi guys, welcome to the channel Learn Concepts with Nikhil, Discover, Learn and Grow. So in this particular video, we will be learning about BRD again, right? We will be following another template of BRD. In the previous videos, we have like the previous BRD session or BRD video. We have created one BRD, right, related to e-commerce. Now we will be creating a BRD that is nothing but business requirement document related to fintech apps or fintech website, right? So yeah, before starting the session, right, before starting the video, you have to remember that there is no particular template for BRD, right? Based on your company, the template may be changing, but some major sections are important. As I showed you in the previous video of BRD, there are some sections, right? Those are important, and I will be showing you some sections in this video too. We will be following other template of BRD so that even those sections are also important. But based on your company, your BRD template will be changing. So this is a detailed BRD compared to the previous BRD. So yeah, first before starting the BRD, right? Before entering the executive summary of business objectives and all, first we need to write this in the first page, like name of the project. Name of the project, we have to write the name of the project. Fintech platform designed to provide seamless digital banking solution. So we are doing a fintech related BRD now. It is created by me. It is created by Nikhil Teja, right? He is a business analyst. Actually, business analyst will only be creating BRDs and FRDs. So it is created by me. इसलिए like I kept my name. I have created on first of March 2025, and this is the version one. If you are if you are making any changes, you can keep it as version 1.1 or 1.2. But this is the first version. This is the first BRD so of this fintech app. So I kept it as version 1.0. Let's see what are the sections. First is executive summary. Same as the previous BRD, you will be having the executive summary. The document outlines the case study and business requirements for a fintech platform designed to provide seamless digital banking solutions, including mobile payments, personal finance management, and AI-driven investment advisory. So this is the executive summary, overall view of the software or app. The goal is to create a user-friendly, secure, and scalable solution that caters to individuals and business customers. So in executive summary, we have gave the overview of the app or the summary or the project or product, right? Next section is business objectives. In business objectives, we will be keeping the business objectives of the app as well as business objectives, what they are expecting from the app as well as software. Okay. Enhance financial inclusion by providing digital banking services to undeserved communities. Improve user experience with intuitive and accessible financial tools. So these all are what you can say. These all are the business objectives. What the business wants to achieve with this app or software. Enable seamless integration with third-party service via APIs. APIs are nothing but a application protocol interface. Leverage AI to provide personal finance insights as well as recommendations. So AI will be providing you some insights and recommendations with respect to your finances. Ensure high level security and compliance with the financial regulations. So these are the business objectives. And next we will be having the scope. In scope and out of the scope, right? I have explained you what is the in scope and out of the scope. In scope is the scope that we will be working on for the project for the software. Outscope is we will not be working for the project. Why we need to mention key, like sometimes maybe we may get deviated and we may consider and we may build out of scope features too. That is the reason why we will be keeping in scope as well as out of scope scopes. Next is stakeholders. In the previous BRD, I have not categorized the stakeholders into primary as well as secondary stakeholders. I just give the stakeholders, right? Who will be impacting or who will be building and using the products, right? Now, I have categorized into primary stakeholder as well as secondary stakeholder. Primary stakeholder is the one who will be working with the front end of your app or software. For example, end users. They will be working only on your front end, right? So end users comes under primary stakeholders. Next are financial institutions partnering with the platform. So they will be also working with your front end. Regulatory bodies ensuring compliances. So they will be also working in your front end. They will be using your app, right? Next, internal teams. Okay. I don't know yeah, why I kept internal teams, but this not should be there. Yeah. So these are the one end users, financial institutions, and regulatory body ensuring compliances are the one which will be using the front end of your app, right? Secondary stakeholders are the one who will be using your back end of your software. Next, third party service providers like API integration, data analytics frames, cyber security frames. They will be working on the back end and they will be giving the APIs or analytics of the front end users, right? Also, cyber security firms also will be working in the back end in order to produce and provide the security for the front end user. So, secondary users are the one who will be working on the back end side. Primary users are the one who will be working on the primary stakeholders are the one who will be working on the front end of the app. Investors and stakeholders. Investors and stakeholders are shareholders, not stakeholders. And marketing and sales team. They will also be working on the back end. Next, functional requirements. These are the functional requirements. I said you that there are two types of requirements in solution requirements. That is functional requirements and non-functional requirements, right? Functional requirements are the one which is they are the features or they are the user stories which is used for the functionality of the app. Non-functional requirements are the one which provides the quality for the app. So these are the functional requirements: user registration and authentication, including KYC verification, dashboard for financial overview and transaction history. So you can understand, right? These are the functional requirements, how my app should be worked. It will be talking about how. Objective and the executive summary will be talking about what and why. But functional requirements will be talking about how should my app work. Non-functional requirement. So basically, almost all of the IT companies, like 90% of the IT companies, will be having same non-functional requirements. That is, there should be good scalability, there should be good security, compliance, availability, performance, and user experience. So almost all the IT companies will be having the non-functional requirements as similar, but functional requirements may be changing based on the IT company and based on the project they are working on, right? This is about functional and non-functional requirements. Next, assumptions. We'll be assuming the things and we'll be building the app, right? For example, users will be having stable internet connection for transactions. So we are assuming ki they will be having a stable internet connection in order to make transactions. So that is the reason why we are building the app, right? So we are making some assumptions. Partner banks will provide API support for seamless integration, right? So these are the assumptions. We are building the app thinking that partner banks will be providing us their API to integrate our app as well as their bank. Compliance requirements will be stable during development phase. Okay, so rules may change or may not change. We don't know, right? But we are assuming ki there will the regulations and rules will be same throughout the app when building the process. Like when we are in the process of building the app, it will not change. Rules will not be changing. Karke we will be assuming things. Users will adopt a digital payment solutions progressively. Okay, these are the assumptions and success metrics. So next, let's come to success metrics. Next section is success metrics. We did not mention functional, not functional, and success metrics in the previous BRD, but in this BRD, in this video, we are mentioning success metrics too. Success metrics are nothing but they are used to track your progress, right? So metrics are nothing but they are used to track your progress of the app, track the progress of the app or software. So what are the success metrics? Success metrics are nothing but like if these are success, then my app is successful. Karke. So adoption rate, number of active users within the first 6 months. So if number of active users grow, right, within the first 6 months, then my app is successful. My app or software is successful. Karke. Adoption rate is one of the success metric. Next, transaction volume, monthly transaction value processed. right? How many transactions are happening, how many transactions are occurring in my app for the first 6 months or for the first 1 year karke. If the volume is high, then my app or software is successful, right? So even transaction volume is one of the success metric. Next is customer satisfaction. Is my app satisfying the customer or not karke? We will be tracking this all with the help of some analytic tools, right? Like Google Analytics, Mixpanel and all. We will be tracking all these all these success metrics. Next is system uptime. 99% uptime adherence. Like it should be working fine, right? It should be working perfectly. Next is fraud prevention. There should not be any fraud. There should not be any hacking or anything. So these are the success metrics. And what are the risks? Risks are associated when building the product or when building the solution or when building the app. Regulatory compliance. Changes in financial regulations could impact the operations, right? So, for example, when building your app, you will be having some set of rules and requirements to follow. But if the regulations and rules have been changed by regulatory bodies like SEBI and all, again you need to make changes and again you need to build the product, right? Again you need to build the software. So it is one of the risk, right? You have to do double work. Next is cyber security threats. So, as it is a finance app, banking app, the what you can say the security should be very tight, very monitor, very tight. Why? Because like there will be sensitive information of the people like KYC details, personal details as well as money also. So the security should be so high. That is one of the risk. So you need risk is nothing but you need to keep like more important, you need to give more importance to these things when building the product. User adoption challenges. User may adopt or not karke. Really resistance from traditional banking customers, okay? Technical failures and third party dependencies. We will be depending on the third party like APIs. They have to provide the APIs, right? Aparna, our app will be crashed, not crashed, it will not be successful. So yeah, so we have to take care more on risks part. So we have to include risks part also in our BRD. Next we will be coming to glossary, right? Glossary is nothing but if there are any abbreviations in the BRD, glossary will be saying about those abbreviations. So they will be saying the full form of those abbreviations. For example, I have mentioned API. That is nothing but application programming interface, a set of rules that allows software applications to communicate, right? And KYC, I have mentioned the KYC also. That is nothing but know your customer, a process to verify the identification of customers. Next, PCI DSS. I don't know where I used PCI DSS, but yeah, it is one of the payment card industry data security card, a set of security standards for handling. Okay, these are the glossary, guys. You will be having the abbreviation part here. And next there will be also approvals list. Approvals list is nothing but you will be presenting this BRD to your stakeholders. That is nothing but project manager, product manager as well as clients. And after taking their approval, you will be communicating with this BRD with the technical teams or as well as design team as well as testing team. So this is about this BRD, guys. But see, there is no, what you can say, there is no standard template to follow these sections in the BRD karke. Based on the company and based on the business analyst, the BRD will be changing. That is the reason why I have showed you one BRD with some sections and second BRD with other sections. And if you have observed closely, I have not used the use case description or use case diagrams in this particular BRD. Why? Because like it's optional. You can directly give the wireframe or prototype to the clients and you can take the approvals instead of drawing use case diagrams and use case description, right? Instead of keeping use case description and instead of drawing use case diagrams, you can directly draw the wireframes. So the wireframes are nothing but rough sketches. You can directly draw the wireframes and you can show to your clients and you can take the approval. So all these are not mandatory. They are they can what you can say they can what you can say they can enhance, they can leverage your BRD in taking the approval of your client, but these are not mandatory. So based on company and based on business analyst, we will be using use case diagrams or wireframes or activity diagrams or use case descriptions, or we will be using functionality and non-functionality requirements, assumptions, risks, success metrics, and all these things, right? So this is about this video, guys. In the next video, we'll be learning some more about business analysis. And let's see the last point. This document serves as a foundational guide for the development and implementation of the FinTech platform. Quite intuitive, you can understand. Ensuring alignment with the business goals, user needs, and regulatory compliance, right? So it will be acting as a guide, and it will be this BRD will be satisfying business needs as well as technical requirements. So yeah, in the next video, we'll be learning some more about business analysis, guys. Bye.